Hello, everyone. Okay, someone asked me a question, and of course, I'm going to answer it with a video. This person said, how do I awaken the spirit within? That's a really loaded question, but I'm going to give a answer to the best of my ability. Let's start with one. Um, you don't normally say, I'm going to go on a spiritual journey. Normally life wakes you up and says you're going on a spiritual journey, right? So it's not normally something that a person decides, you know what, I think this is what I'm going to do. Circumstances lead you to that. So in the middle of your normal existence, you may have this thought that, you know what, things just aren't lining up, things don't really make sense. I need to kind of find out some more about life in general. Now, for some of us, we were born with the veil lifted, so it's a little bit different. But this is for people who feel like they weren't born with the veil lifted, but they know something's not exactly lining up. They want to know what to do next. I say the journey starts within. A lot of people would tell you, read this book, read that book, and that book. Someone wrote the book. That person who wrote the book based off of information that was given to them. You can have access to that same information without reading the book. Now, the book helps, but sometimes I find the books hurt because in the beginning of your spiritual awakening and your spiritual journey, when you start reading this source and that source and that source, it becomes a little bit of too much information, not enough time to apply the information that you've read because you're just reading books after books after books after books. So I tell people to spend time in meditation. Meditation can be done in the simple, I'm going to close my eyes. I'm going to just be quiet for 1 minute, 2 minutes, 3 minutes, 4 minutes, 5 minutes. Or I'm going to go for a walk and I'm going to be quiet in nature. I'm not going to listen to music. I'm not going to be on my phone. I'm going to just be quiet in nature. Or I'm going to go swimming, or I'm going to go to the beach and sit by the water, or I'm going to go up in the mountains and sit outside. But the key is I'm not going to be distracted by outside things. So social media, television, radio, people. That means taking some time to be by yourself just for a reflection. And not reading a book, not, any of these other activities, not going outside and hanging up something or anything like that. Gardening is a very great meditative tool, by the way, because in the repetitive points of gardening, you sometimes go within, right? After you are doing a certain things over and over again. Walking, for sure, is a very meditative thing to do. It's not so good if you're walking on a doggone interstate, but it's really good if you find a quiet place, a park, or someplace where there aren't a lot of people that you can go and walk and just think and be to yourself. Of course, I like to meditate at home as well, and just taking some time to reflect on things. And then in your meditative state, this is why I tell people to keep a journal. Information pops in your head, right? So if you can even have a little notebook you can take with you, and when some key nugget comes in your head or a question or something, just jot it down and then keep walking. So let's just say you're walking, you're meditating, and then something comes up that says you should read a book about spiritual awakening. Write that down. Later on, when you're no longer doing that meditative item, go back and look for books related to spiritual awakening. And people resonate with different authors. I always say, when you look at the book, look at the author, do a research on who the author is, and kind of find out maybe what their path was and see if it's something that resonates with you. And that will help you pick a book that really resonates. There's not a particular book that I support, because there's a lot of books and they are helpful for a lot of people, right? So you got to find the one that's good for you. Now, the other thing is, you can always ask a question prior to your meditation. So if you want to say, most people think is, what is my purpose in life, right? That's the thing that people are asking all the time. Before you start meditating, ask yourself that question. And I say yourself because it's your higher version of yourself that is connected to source, to spirit, to the universe, to all of the energy that is out there. That part of yourself is who you are trying to reach. So ask that part of yourself, hey, what is my purpose in life? Why am I here? Now, I would caution you not to ask questions like, why does my life suck? Or why is everything going wrong? This is not going to lead you to the answer that you seek. Those are low vibration questions. And you can ask those low vibrational questions and you will get low vibrational answers and you will not reach your destination. Ask high vibrational questions. Why am I here? What is it that I need to do before I transition? Am I on the right spiritual path? And don't keep asking these questions. Just ask the question of go walk on or enjoy nature and everything. And you will find that the answer starts to creep in there when you're not really focused on it so much, right? Now, don't ask 20 questions. You have to be clear. Ask the one question for each time you meditate, right? So maybe the first time you ask is, how do I go about this spiritual journey? Right? Maybe that's the first one. The next time, maybe you ask a question like, am I on the right path? Or another time you might say, what is my purpose in this world? Another time you might say, what can I do to be of service? Another time you might say, who am I going to help today? Now, those are questions that I ask, right? Who am I going to help today? Why am I in this city? Because I go different places and I go those places for particular people. And so my questions are geared towards that. What is it you want to say? Because I hear things and, what is the message that I need to deliver? Right? So those are things that I ask. Your questions may be different. You can do the same meditative principle, take that principle and apply it to any area of your life. You can apply it to jobs. You can apply it to relationships. Anything that you have going on in your life, you can ask that very simple question to your higher self and you can get an answer. Now, you got to do something about the answer, but that's another thing. Okay. So the basics of what I'm saying to you is get in a meditative state. Ask questions of your higher self and you will get answers. Okay? Don't make it overly complicated. Remember that a spiritual journey is not something that happens in a matter of days. It can happen over a matter of years. It can happen over a matter of weeks. It can happen throughout your entire lifetime because we are spiritual beings having a human existence and we are constantly evolving. Our spiritual selves always want to be made, everyone know that that part of us still exists. And we always want to stay in touch with that part so that we can fully enjoy the human experience. I hope this helped. And thank you for the question, of course. And I'll see you guys next time. Bye.